Good morning. So what we're going to talk about is making sure you got backups. I've got 2 remote sessions starting right now, just waiting for clients to turn their computers on. It is like 7:59 a.m. Mountain. Lost my link. There we go. I'm back. Uh, Lots of different ways to do backup. So first we have to decide what is important to your organization, because you could just install backup software on your computer, but if you don't know what you're backing up, you're wasting your time, you're wasting resources, and you're just wasting time. And then you're going to be heartbroken when you go to move to a new laptop or new device and then find out what you actually wanted to back up wasn't actually backed up. So stuff on your computer can be backed up to the cloud, can to a USB hard drive, et cetera, et cetera. But if you're using email services, your emails aren't. If you're doing a computer backup, your emails most likely are not included in that backup. So I'm talking about any email servers connected with IMAP, any email connected through G Suite or Office 365. That stuff is not backed up if you back up your computer. So we have to do an alternative backup scheme to back up your email. If you're using a PST file and you're using POP email, your emails might be backed up, but you have to specify that to your computer backup software. You have to specify to your computer backup software that you want that Outlook PST file backed up. So I don't want to get into email programs and email backups because there's 100 different ways to do it. So what we're going to do this morning is I'm not going to see my screen, but I'm going to go and log into, I'm going to get some airtime this morning because I want to see if I can get more than 4 viewers. And I've got remote jobs to do right now. So I'm going to log into the remote computer. You won't be able to see the screen. However, I need to troubleshoot my favorite online backup software for computers, for servers, for network attached storage devices. Yes, I use this on QNAPs as well. Is Backblaze. Backblaze provides a low cost encrypted online backup, and you can use their encryption key, but I recommend you use your own encryption key. So I'm just going to log into this computer because it's the one from last night. They said it's working way better, but the backup software is broken, and I know that is because they did the upgrade from Windows 10 to Windows 11, so I probably have to uninstall and reinstall the backup software. Okay. I haven't heard. So I'm just waiting. I'm going to text the other 8 a.m. just to let her know I sent her a remote link to join. Emailed you a remote link to join me remotely. Once connected, I will call you. Boom. Okay. So that link to join me remotely has been sent via email. Let me see if this Backblaze computer's been connected. I'm remoting onto it right now. So it just says the backup is frozen and it says to uninstall the Backblaze software. So we're just going to follow the instructions and see if it works. The most important thing is when you're doing remote support or any type of support on site or remote with customers, or your customer service journey with people, keep them posted at all times on what is going on. Because some customers, because they know exactly what you're doing, they're just not qualified to fully do it themselves. And other times they are learning as they go because they want to be confident with your ability so that they can refer their trusted colleagues and friends to your services. So that's customer service in a nutshell, right? And that's why we offer both do-it-yourself services, where if you send us an email, we are going to send you some broad notes, and if you want more detailed notes, you're going to pay for more detailed notes, and you can do it yourself, and we'll help you through the process of fixing it, maybe record some videos for you. I do that once in a while. Done with you is where we're remoting into your computer, but we're not touching your computer. We're actually stepping you through what to click on your computer to get the job done. And done for you is where we remote on or we come on site. But typically in a remote scenario, done for you is where we remote on and we are clicking on all the buttons on your computer, and you can ask us whatever questions you want, or you can leave us alone. I'll text you when I need your passwords or your help. So do it yourself, done with you and done for you. That's the type of coaching and technology assistance you can get from me. So let me go see if we have their Backblaze details recorded, because this was set up years ago and I've got the master, but I always like customers to verify that the passwords they set up for themselves 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years ago still work. Okay, so let me see. Just went quiet. I'm looking for somebody's email address. As I'm talking to myself while I type it in. No. Okay, so we're going to see if he'll do a password reset on it, because I don't think the password. No rush. Okay, got a text message back from for quick remote sessions. It's going to be Zoho. And then for long term, I've got cybersecurity monitoring and remote access software for the clients who are on long term plans with us monthly. I'm going to trigger a password reset for Backblaze. If you get the email, can you tell me what your new password is? Okay, so we need to do password reset because it's probably been 5 years I've been using Backblaze. I don't think we've ever had to log into it, which is good. It's good to not, it's good to have tools in place to help you in an emergency, and it's also good to not have to ever use them, or not to this point. Backblaze is fine. It's just because your computer went from Windows 10 to Windows 11. It did an update when I was on remotely yesterday. For some reason, that is. Let me find StreamYard. There we go. Hey, Jojo. How you doing, Jojo? I'm just doing some live tech support because I got a on-site service call in about 55 minutes. I can be late to that. They live 5 minutes away. I'm trying to do 2 remote sessions right now. I'm just really going to talk you through the remote service call. Anyway, let me see. The email user is about to come online, the secondary user, because I see something happening with Zoho. So it's nice when end users can follow instructions, and it's really painful when usually a remote session is going to take 5 minutes to set up. Might be quicker, it might be an extra minute or two. And some users, 3 hours. And you just don't understand how they cannot click. If they're in a corporate environment and they don't have administrative access to their computer, that's a different situation. How often do I deal with corporate end users? Not that often, unless I'm called in to do some tier 2 or tier 3 auditing of their help desk. Sometimes years ago, I may have done a lot of tech support for oil and gas and construction companies, et cetera, et cetera. But since 2020 to 2022 pandemic, that work's kind of evaporated, disappeared. So now I have to go out into the marketplace, talk to business owners one-on-one, in person at networking events, and get new clients. As you know, I started a new company September 1st, 2021, 2 years ago, and had to build the client list from scratch, which is very challenging most days. Everything's done over remote these days. But when people don't see a second person, second human with you, it's easy to discredit you. So you got to work past that. I know I provide an awesome service, Jojo. The world just hasn't realized it yet. But we're going to get there. Okay, that I'm waiting on that person to connect. Somebody's emailing me asking me if I'm back from Dubai. I said yes, 2 weeks now. So that's booked. Another booked appointment for 10:30 on Friday. Okay, we've got a new Backblaze password. Let's go back to that remote screen and sign in. 3 minutes. This one should be easy. It was probably about 2-3 hours last night to turn off hard drive encryption on that lady's computer. I shouldn't have said that lady, but I still haven't dropped a name, so I'm good. No privacy issues there, right? Oh, wrong account here. I'm not signing. Okay, and you can't see what I'm doing, so good. The technician, sometimes I will make mistakes. And when I'm trying to log into one of your accounts, maybe I accidentally type in one of my email accounts. Just to be full transparency. And if you ask what I'm doing, I'm going to respond, I'm only a human. I'm not AI. I'm not perfect. Okay. So plays in a safety frozen. So what does that mean? I don't know what is going on with Zoho. I don't know if that's I'm hearing a dong or a ping, and I was like, what's going on? I keep getting this gong noise. I'm like, what's going on? The remote session is supposed to work. Okay. I just want to see screen number 1 for a second. Just kind of. Let me go back to. Oh, yeah, you joined it. Okay. It's not other meeting. Okay. Let me go finish up this other one. Okay, so we're going to re-download Backblaze on this computer and see if it fixes the error message I'm getting that Backblaze is frozen on Windows 11. I've told them to plug in their external hard drive. The whole point of this chat was to talk about backup. So the reason I like Backblaze is it will, on PC or Mac, will back up your whole computer, but then on the external hard drives you plugged in, it will back up all your extra external hard drives as well. So some people I know have an iMac or a Windows gaming computer. They may have 1, 2, 3, 4. They might have 5 or 6 external hard drives plugged into that computer. Backblaze will back up all of that stuff for one low monthly yearly fee. Okay, so the other lady is ready to talk to me, and I have to get off this. Service call number 2 this morning is ready to talk to me, and I have to get off remote access to service 1. So I'm going to let service call 1 run, and I'm going to call this lady. Just stay in tune. I'm just going to stay remotely connected. Just to get the playtime up there for Facebook and LinkedIn and where all the other places I'm streaming to.
Hi, this is Julia. Sorry, couldn't get to the phone.
Okay, she didn't answer, so let's go take a look at Microsoft Outlook. I need to use my other software. I don't like this remote software at all. Okay, how do I switch? Challenge is that when end users have like 2 or 3 or 4 external screens, I can't see them all on one screen. So you have to learn how to switch between screens on remote access. And it's not always as easy as you think it's going to be. Especially when you're looking for a piece of software and they may have a bunch of applications automatically opened. So this is just okay. I found her Outlook. Okay, so she only has, oh, wait a minute. So if I say new email, why is the from not coming up? Let's see, compose message. Why can you not see what email address you're sending it from? So we're trying to make sure a user can send as another user. And when you go to compose an email message in Microsoft Outlook, it should show you to CC, BCC, and from. But with default, if you don't know how to customize Microsoft Outlook, you're probably missing a whole bunch of buttons, and that is probably driving you crazy. So generally, I will tell my customers whatever things they don't like about their computer, give me 5, 10, 30 minutes, and we'll sort it out and try to make the user interface a lot more to your liking. Okay. And it looks like Backblaze on the other. I just switched over to the second computer, which is on my remote access software I actually like. And it looks like it's good. So I'm going to call it rename the computer on the backup system so I know which computer this is. Hit apply. Hit OK. I just gotta make sure disk encryption is turned on. It's the one I was working on last night. So what we're doing this morning is we're fixing Backblaze on a Windows 11 computer because they upgraded to Windows 11 and disk encryption or device encryption. I've run into that a lot. So recently, my friend Tiffany, she's had it on her computer. David also had disk encryption turned on his Windows 11 install. I think I've probably turned off disk encryption every single Windows service call I've done on Windows 11 in the last month or two because everybody's starting to upgrade to it now, and that's just what the new bonus feature with Windows 11 is device disk encryption or whatever. It used to be called BitLock or it used to be called hard drive encryption. They just keep changing the name to confuse you. Okay, so if I search for encryption, okay. Data encryption, device encryption, that's still not even the right spot. It must be turned off. So that's fine. I'm going to close that, make sure Backblaze is good. And I'm going to get off this computer and then just tell them to leave the hard drive in for a couple hours to back it up. Whatever. I don't even know. I don't even think they moved that much of that external. Okay. We're off remote service call 1. Okay. Just going to text the first user. And as I said, communication's key. I'm looking at remote service call 2 and texting number 1. Leave USB drive plugged in for a bit and it will back it up. I have disconnected. I like to tell customers when I connect and when I disconnect because if they see their mouse moving around or something going on with their screen, they'll think there's a hacker in there. It's just the good guy hacker, but just want to let them know because some people are like, "Oh, you're remoting onto my screen," and I'm like, "No, I'm not. It's not me." It's happened once or twice when they've had multiple remote IT companies taking care of their stuff. Okay, so I want to try to figure out why I can't find the from button in Outlook. Okay, mail. Why can't I find this? Oh, Microsoft Outlook likes changing stuff. At the end of the day, I'm going to have to go look this up on Google and find out how to get the features in Outlook back that she wants and then actually test them to make sure they're working. Okay. What I'm going to do is go open up Chrome and say add BCC and from button to Outlook. I know it sounds really simple, but that is show fields. Okay, so there's a show fields button supposedly in here. That's a link, that's signature, that's follow up, options. As for outgoing email, and I'm going to turn on the BCC function for her too, because that's always handy. Okay, so let's test. Scenario: receptionist has multiple email accounts in her corporate email. They want to switch to one standard email. It's not. She wants to be able to send from this one standard email address, and I went and give her permissions on Office 365 the other day, but they say they're still not able to do it. So I asked for remote access to their computer this morning so I can configure the desktop properly. That is what I am doing right now. I don't know if she's done these steps before or not because she said she wasn't able to. So then I said, I've met her in person. I just haven't spoke to her on the phone yet because she didn't answer when I called her. So we're just going to see if I get. And while I'm in here, I'm going to go back up her email because I think we're actually going to shut down her email account. That's what the boss told me to do. I just don't know how much email is in her email account. Okay, so what we're going to do is hit Julia, and we're going to hit File and Open Export. And I shouldn't be mentioning anybody's name, but I didn't say last name or company they worked for. So okay, let's back up. So I'm gonna go to, if you're using Microsoft Outlook, best way to back up your your data is to back up the PST file, right? So it may be very large. You just want to make sure you have it backed up. If you have contacts in their calendar data, in their emails, archived emails. Okay, so I'm going to go see if I got the test email from her while I am making a backup of her Outlook PST file. Spam. Okay, I don't think I got. Okay. Still haven't received an email from her. I don't think we got an error message either. So what's going on? Is my screen frozen? Is that what's going on? Maybe I'm frozen. I think I'm on Starlink. I'm on Starlink this morning. So what's going on, Elon? I can't do anything right now. Joys of remote support. was when the internet connection doesn't work 100%. You also want the Teams removed from your computer? Question mark. What is going on? Problem with multiple screens is when you're clicking on something and then there's a pop-up asking for permission on another screen, you got to move between screens to figure out where that pop-up is. I still don't think I've received the email. And I don't think we have an error message. So I have to go figure out where this email went in my inbox. If I didn't receive it, I'm just going to go check the sent folder and make sure it's not stuck. I don't even see it. What is going on? I'm going to try it again. Sometimes when you're doing testing, if you don't get the result you want, you just keep testing it. Sometimes there's system delays. Sometimes you didn't hit send when you thought you hit send. So you always want to verify your message has gone, your intended action has actually gone through and occurred correctly. It looks like it's being sent. Okay, so while I'm on this computer, I'm going to go set up my other remote access software that works a lot better. As I said, I got an on-site service call I have to go to. I just wanted to see if I could clear up her issues with sending emails this morning. There's a couple other things I do on the back end for another user, but sometimes you get quick and easy wins and spend half an hour working on something that works, and other times you need to spend a little bit more time. Okay. Just typing in a two-factor code to get this other remote software set up for this user. Okay, let's go see if it's actually backing up her email file while I am checking to see if I'm receiving this email I've sent twice now. Hi, how are you?
Good, how are you?
I'm good. So when you were trying to send as dispatch, were you getting an error message or nothing came? Like right now, I'm not seeing. I've sent myself 2 emails. I haven't seen anything come through. So
I just, like, whenever I send an email, it just always sends from Julia.
yeah,
And
okay.
I can't get, like, sometimes there's, like, an arrow. If I'm, like, replying to an email, there's, like, the drop-down thingy that says send from, like, Julia or dispatch. But when I'm, like, just starting a new email,
Well, I fixed that. Like, I'm just trying to. I'm in this remote software is okay, but I can't really do anything administrative. So I'm just waiting for my other software to get loaded. But when you go to make a new email now, I've added the from and the BCC field, so you can choose which email address you want to send from. We haven't discussed what we're doing with your email account because Michael said to deleted it. I'm like, well, is that what we? I'm going to back up the whole mailbox regardless. But what's your what's the situation? You just want we want all emails coming into dispatch and not yourself, correct?
Yeah, basically. There's not really like a need for me to have another email. Everybody just emails dispatch, and I just want to just send stuff and just do everything.
Okay. Well, because I'm not sure how Outlook is configured, because I'm assuming Julia is probably your main profile and dispatch was added afterwards, but I haven't looked at that.
That's what I think it is.
Okay,
Yeah.
and how is the Microsoft Office licensed? Is it under your name or is it under? Okay, so you're logged into Julia. Okay. Actually, no, it's under. It's under Kim, and yeah, okay, it's this. If you remember when I was there last week working on Michael's laptop, it was I fought his account for a good hour, right? So I'm like, what's your password on your Microsoft account? And none of the passwords worked. So okay. So then let me see something.
I think that there's a different password for my dispatch email, which I could tell you as well.
Well,
oh, okay.
Yeah. I just added this button, right? So because what I might I'm not.
It says HPS mechanical.
Oh, is that why it's wrong? Okay, that's why. Of course, I'm like Zoom. It's kind of weird then that it let me type that in if it's not an actual account that exists. Of course, it looks really small on my screen, so. So it's hpgmechanical.com, correct?
Correct. Okay. Yep, that looks good.